Nick Mason lifestyle and net worth. Nicholas Berkeley Mason, born January 27, 1944, is an English drummer and a founder member of the progressive rock band Pink Floyd. He has been the only constant member since the band's formation in 1965 and the only member to appear on every Pink Floyd album. He co-wrote Pink Floyd compositions including Echoes, Time, Careful with That Axe, Eugene, and One of These Days. As we explore the incredible life and wealth of Nick Mason, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a deep dive into your favorite stars. Net worth. As of 2025, Nick Mason, the legendary drummer of Pink Floyd, has an estimated net worth of $180 million. Much of his wealth stems from the massive global success of Pink Floyd, one of the best-selling bands in music history, with albums like The Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall generating enormous sales and royalties. In addition to his music earnings, Mason has authored books, produced music, and earned from live tours, including with his current band, Nick Mason's Saucerful of Secrets. Beyond music, he is a passionate collector of classic cars and owns an extensive multi-million-dollar car collection, which adds to his high-value portfolio. His savvy investments, long-standing royalties, and ongoing musical projects have helped him maintain and grow his wealth over the decades. Having said that, let's dive. Early life. Nick Mason was born Nicholas Berkeley Mason on January 27, 1944, in Edgbaston, Birmingham, England. The son of documentary filmmaker Bill Mason, Nick was raised in Hampstead, London, and attended the Hall School. Afterwards, he studied at Frensham Heights School near Farnham, Surrey. Later, he went on to study architecture at the Regent Street Polytechnic, now the University of Westminster. Personal life, car collection, and other ventures. As for his private life, Nick is currently married to his second wife, actress Annette Linton, with whom he has 2 sons. Mason also has 2 daughters from his first marriage to Lindy Rutter, whom he divorced in the late 80s. The Mason family lives in Hampstead, London. Car collection. Nick Mason is not only a rock legend, but also one of the most passionate and respected car collectors in the world. His car collection is worth tens of millions of dollars and includes some of the rarest and most valuable vehicles ever built. Among his prized possessions is a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO, one of the most sought-after classic cars globally, valued at over $40 million alone. Mason's collection also features a Ferrari 512S, a McLaren F1 GTR, a Bugatti Type 35, and several classic Aston Martins, Bentleys, and Maseratis. Unlike many collectors, Mason doesn't just store his cars. He races them in historic events and regularly showcases them at prestigious auto shows. Other ventures. Aside from his work with the band, he owns 2 main companies, Nick Mason Music and Nick Mason Music overseas. Mason also holds stakes in several other profitable businesses, including a keyring maker in Shropshire. Nick published a book in the UK in October 2004 called Inside Out, A Personal History of Pink Floyd. Nick is also a licensed pilot and flies an Aerospatiale AS-350 Squirrel helicopter. Professional career. Pink Floyd. In 1964, Mason teamed up with Roger Waters, Bob Close, and Richard Wright at Regent Street Polytechnic School to form Sigma 6, the predecessor to Pink Floyd. Nick was the drummer on every Pink Floyd album, but not on every single song, and he penned some of their most popular singles like Echoes and Time. The songs that are solely credited to Mason include The Grand Vizier's Garden Party Parts 1 to 3 from Ummagumma and Speak to Me from The Dark Side of the Moon. The track, Nick's Boogie, was named after him. Over the years, Pink Floyd became one of the most commercially successful and musically influential groups in the history of rock music. Today, they are most appreciated for their psychedelic or space rock music and for their progressive rock music. The band recorded 14 albums in total, and the studio releases that brought Pink Floyd worldwide success were The Dark Side of the Moon, 1973, Wish You Were Here, 1975, Animals, 1977, and The Wall, 1979. When Roger Waters left the group in 1986, Roger and Mason were involved in legal conflicts over ownership of the name Pink Floyd. Even though this dispute lasted roughly 7 years, they are on good terms now. and the last time they performed together was on the last two nights of Waters' 2002 World Tour to play drums on the Pink Floyd song, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. Mason also played the drums at some concerts during Waters' European tour in 2006 and during performances in Los Angeles and New York City for the North American leg. In July 2005, Mason, Gilmour, Wright, and Waters played together on stage for the first time in 24 years, a four-song set at the Live 8 concert in London. In May 2006, Mason joined Gilmour and Wright for the encore during Gilmour's show at the Royal Albert Hall in London. Mason has claimed to be the link between Gilmour and Waters and that Pink Floyd had not officially disbanded, but effectively came to an end when Wright died in 2008. Mason has still continued to join Waters on stage on occasion. He notably joined him in May 2007 at Earl's Court to play Dark Side of the Moon. In May 2011, Mason was featured along with Gilmour on the encore Outside the Wall at a concert by Waters. Nick performed in the closing ceremony of the 2012 Olympic Games in London on August 12, 2012. He was presented with a BAFTA Gold Badge Award in recognition of his contributions to music in October 2012. Mason formed a new band in 2018, Saucerful of Secrets, to perform Pink Floyd's early psychedelic music. The band also comprises former Blockheads guitarist Lee Harris, bassist and Pink Floyd collaborator Guy Pratt, vocalist and guitarist Gary Kemp of Spandau Ballet, and Orb keyboardist Dom Becken. Mason wanted to bring their earlier material to a wider audience, due to the fact that many fans had only discovered Pink Floyd after the release of Dark Side of the Moon. Nick launched a tour in 2018 and 2019 of Europe and North America. Nick Mason's Saucerful of Secrets, during which Waters joined Mason on stage in NYC for the April 18th performance of Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing content just like this.